start from my device here so that I minimize distractions when people want to join the call. Yeah. Okay, so confirm that you can see my screen. Good evening, everyone. Confirm that you can see my screen. Confirm that you can hear me. Confirm that you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes, sir. I
Yes,
can
sir.
see, sir. I can see, sir.
Okay, that's confirmed. Okay. Yeah, so once again, I want to welcome you to this semester. It's one of the semesters where we actually didn't start everything on time, but you don't have to worry with my course. It's not gonna take so much. Okay, it's within this year we'll finish. We'll wrap up everything that we need to wrap up. Okay, and then we will get to and then we will get to give me a second. Why what is the question for? Okay. Lots of distractions here and there. Owing to join us. People who want to join the call. Give me a second, please. While we get set. All right. All right. Confirm that you can hear me, guys.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm audible
Yes,
enough.
I can hear you. Just that the
Yes,
network is
we
really
can. I can hear
breaking.
you. I can hear you, sir.
Sorry about your network tonight. Mine too
We
has
can
been
hear you, but
terrible
it's very.
lately, especially today. Let me see. This is even MTN. This is the best of them. From my own end, this is the best I can do, please. I thought I was still on Glow because I didn't have a good service earlier today, even this evening when I was on Glow. So anyway, we're here now, so let's get on with it, right? We're not gonna
Mm.
waste time tonight. Okay, it's basically my first lectures are usually orientation sessions, and these are meant to help you make the most of your time here. Okay, make the most of your time here so that you don't just come here to get paper and go away. At least you know exactly how you can do so and get the paper with a good grade. So I welcome you once this semester. This is BSAQ301, and it means you're all supposed to be, all things being equal, you're supposed to be taking this course in your 300 level. There's some who might also be in 400 level, or who might be in probably another department or 200 level, who might be taking this same course here with us. Okay. So notwithstanding, I'm saying that to say that you before you got to this point, you must have had an experience with Ahmadu Bello University Distance Learning Center, right? That means you know how we operate, you know how we work. Okay, you know how we work, you know you had a taste of what they call open and distance learning, ODL. Okay, so that's the same thing that's offered by National Open University and some other universities in Nigeria who have joined us today to offer this service across board to help people who, for one reason or the other, First of all, find it difficult to get your admission into the conventional system, and also may need to work at the same time while schooling. Okay, so it's usually to your benefit. So tonight, so now I'm saying it to say also that you know our platform. I'll be explaining it. I'll just rush through them very quickly. Okay, how we operate, our points of call, since we don't have a classroom, physical classroom within the university environment where we meet. So how do we manage our stuff? So basically we'll be looking at our ground rules, what are the study materials that you should focus on. I want you to pay absolute attention on this. Okay, it's very, very important that you take note of every instruction here. Okay, then continuous assessment is also connected to the study materials, tips for what now? For assignments, okay, and then past questions. And I'm not so sure these past questions will be very much useful anymore, because this course, I want to believe this course has um this course the examination mode of this course has been changed from essay to pure MCQs, multiple choice questionnaires, objectives, right? So the first instruction I will give to you is that you're not so different from those who are in the four walls of the university. So what they do is that they stay alert. So that's your job. Your first responsibility is to stay alert for information from all sources possible. So far, you have seen the learning management system and then our WhatsApp group, right? And tonight, we are also coming up on Google Meet. And when this video is ready, I'm going to share it on my YouTube channel so that you can access it anytime. So you see, these are 4 different platforms where you have you're supposed to be guided from this course. So the rule is read everything that passes. Then just jump to the last post. Okay. In your WhatsApp group, for example, then just jump to the last. The WhatsApp group is just merely like a notice board in the university setting. Okay, when you come to the Amanda Bello University environment, which I believe is the same in every other university, you will find every department there's a notice board. Every faculty there's a notice board. Close to every library there's a notice board. Notice boards are everywhere. That's what your WhatsApp groups are like. Okay, because the NUC, National Universities Commission, will not accept any lecture that is carried out on WhatsApp. So that's why that's just where it is, a notice board. Okay. Now, when you go to your LMS, what is LMS? LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System. Learning Management System. Okay, that's what you access using this website, www.abudlc.vigilance.lms.com. So you test all the menus. You don't have to test all your menus. Okay, this is my LMS. Test all the menus from the top. Test all the menus, especially in your extras. My own end may not be the same thing as your own end, but definitely there will be some things that are similar. Okay, in the extra section, you will always find the announcements. Okay, and then that's one area where you always get information from me. Announcement. This is your first announcement that I sent. So some of you will also find announcement. You also find announcement there. The other area should be in the forums. Okay, where you will see lectures created. So this is our first one. Yep. So you always have that. Okay, good. So this one is good. So everywhere, I told you about the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. Now I said announcement section and then the notification section. Your email address is another place, because any activity that is done or any new thing that is created on our LMS, for any new thing that's created on our LMS, you will get a notification. Okay. you will get a notification. You will get a notification in your email address. Okay, so it means that's another way to pay attention. Okay, for the WhatsApp, I told you read everything that passes. Scan through before you say, okay, don't just jump to the last post or start looking for my own post only. It's painful to be asking for students to be asking questions that have already been answered, but they didn't pay attention to it. Okay, I've always talked about paying attention to details as a major skill required for today's workplace. Right? So this is where you will learn it. I actually don't tolerate not paying attention to details. Okay. Point number 3. I said here with my course, you will do just fine. Okay. If you can follow my simple guides, you'll do just fine. Okay. Now I'm going to do my best to make sure that I bring the course close to what you already experience in the everyday life. The course is titled what? Business, Government, and Society, right? So my job is to make sure that you are able to conceptualize these things from your everyday business, government, and society relationships. Okay. So I'll be sharing the ground rules to my course and my facilitation in the WhatsApp group. I think the 10 commandments or so, or the 11 commandments that they call them. So every supervisor has his or hers, as the case may be. I want you to know that these things are meant to help you achieve the best. Okay. But much more than my ground rules, you will find out some other key things I don't joke with here. And I think it applies to others as well. Okay. Which go from here now. Yes, number 5. Study material. Okay, so let me ask a question. How many of you accessed the Google Drive that I shared? Hello, how many of you were able to access the Google Drive that I shared? You were able to access the Google Drive that I shared. Let me get a feedback from you on that.
I didn't, sir.
You did or you
I'm
did
one of
not?
them, sir.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
said I
so
didn't. I didn't.
oh, okay. Um
I'm already
okay,
watching it.
so
Rules.
good. So from in the Google Drive, I used to take BSAQ301 and 301 and even 101. Okay, I used to take 101, 201, and 301. Okay, but this semester I'll be taking only 301. Okay, so you can find every other thing you need here. I when I do a lecture, I post it on YouTube, and then the links are shared, are updated on this sheet, so you don't have anything to miss out. Your past questions, if it was in the days of essay, you have the essay past questions here. So you have everything you need here. I hope you understand what I just said now. You have everything you need. This one is called
Yes, sir.
progressive
Hello,
lecture
sir.
note.
Okay.
Progressive lecture note, meaning that someone is talking, meaning that as we're discussing, the note is being developed from how best to get to understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand in a certain way, I have to simplify it the more. Okay, the note is almost like strictly directly from the courseware. Okay, so basically that's what it is. Someone wanted to say something. You can go on now. Let me give you an opportunity.
Okay,
Who
sir.
said hello, sir?
I was saying I wanted to ask. I didn't get the link to the Google Drive, so I don't know if it
Okay,
can be shared.
it's okay. That means you didn't check your forum then, and if you did, it means you didn't read or you didn't read the content of the forum that was created. And if you read the content, that means you didn't pay attention to the details there. Okay, so it's one of the things that you just must not take lightly. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so yeah, once you check your for the very forum that created this course. So details will fly across your faces on every forum that I create. Good. So what materials are you going to work with? I've shown you a few. On the LMS, you will find the courseware. They call it courseware, course material, courseware, anything like call it. It's usually a PDF material, and then some of you you have the hard copies, right? Almost everybody should have hard copies. But even if you don't have the hard copy, you have the soft copy. The soft copy is available on the LMS. Look for it anyhow. Scan, see, explore the LMS environment. Don't be afraid of it. Not you cannot spoil it. Okay, and you cannot get less marks by exploring it. So that's how it's done. Anyway, so apart from that, I prepare my notes. Okay, I call them easy to relate, summarized lecture notes, progressive lecture notes. Okay, it's just in a Google format. I need to update this part as well, so that you can have access to it anytime, any day. But I advise you that you don't download them unless and until this one is something from the ancient. I need to even remove it. Unless and until we are ready for our exams, then you can now download and begin to study. So, um, in addition to that, considering that we are beginning to, we started last semester to have this course as what now? As CBT, right? Only CBT. All the exams for this course last semester was CBT. How many of you did you must have done any BSAQ course, right? In your last semester. If you did any BSAQ course in your last semester, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I believe they'll continue like that. It's for your own good anyway. I believe it's for your own good. Is it not? It's for your own good. I don't want that thing to be visible. So let's just go. Yeah, I don't want it to be visible. I'll edit it later on. Good. So I said my primary mode of delivery is my lecture notes. That progressive note that you see. Okay. And then your courseware. Okay. We are using Google Meet now, which is also fine for us to have a live discussion. Mind you, this should be a discussion. You talk, we interact with one another, and we learn from one another as the case may be, right? And so on and so forth. Okay, so that's very important. Note the materials. Now, there is something I usually talk about when it comes to materials. I've given you the university has provided a courseware. I've done my best to simplify it, and I still keep doing so in my notes and all the other materials, this lecture, and so stick to them. Okay. You know why I'll tell you why I should tell you this now. Good. Today we have millions of materials out there. If you just type BGS or business, government, and society on your Google browser, within 10 seconds, you have gotten thousands of answers. Is that what you want to study? Some of you now, even makes some of you have made it worse now that you just throw it to chat GPT and that one too will give you answers. And those answers that ChatGPT is putting together, it's putting them together from all those 13,000 responses that Google would have given to you that you cannot put together. ChatGPT will help you do the search and bring it. Meanwhile, the university has given you a scope. We know that BGS is broad, but this is what we want you to study. That's what it means. And it's packed in your courseware, meaning that answers that you generate from the moon, if they ask you a question and you generate the answer from the moon, it means all of us have to go to the moon so that we can mark the answer there. Do you understand what I just said? Right? That's what it means, right? We go to you generated this answer from ChatGPT. So let's go to ChatGPT, let's mark it there. As far as it's on this course, the answer cannot be from ChatGPT. Okay. Yeah, and for some of you, you don't know how you think it's not all of your lecturers that are not tech inclined. Okay, me, I'm a tech person, so I know ChatGPT answers when I see them. Better for you is if the answer correlates with the exact answers I have in my notebook, in my lecture material. Then you can now say you have escaped. Okay. But please avoid that. So you're already aware with the continuous assessment system. Now your individual assignment is 15. Is what now? They change this thing. So what's the objective now? The graded quiz now. Okay, good. This is the updated. Your individual assignment is 5 marks. Your group assignment 5 marks. The graded forum 5 marks as well. Graded quiz 15 marks. See, these things are easy to get. I'm telling you the truth. I've had a student that got almost 100 over 100. That lady is my namesake. She's a lady here, but she's my namesake. So she just, I don't know how she did it, but anyway, let me just leave it there. So I said, if you want to get your full marks, let me just tell you what you will do. Okay, I'm telling you what you will do now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one is the one. This paragraph is one warning I usually give to students, so they don't start disturbing us for. Yeah, they have not graded my assignment. They have not graded my assignment. You have not graded my assignment. That's this one. I don't that disturbance. Just relax. There's no how you will do an assignment and it's graded, right? The university has its own timing and calendar of things. So definitely all assignments that need to be graded will be graded before then. And when it passes that period, even if you submit, no more, you're on your own. Oh. Anyway, like I said, you want to get all your marks. Obey the following rules. Okay. One, do all the assessment. Some people don't do quiz, or they will do quiz and they will skip graded forum. Graded forum is even the easiest. Graded forum is like your attendance. It shows that you came to class. That one they don't. If it's 5 marks, it's 5 marks. You cannot get 4/5 in graded forum. You can either get 5 or it gets 0. The way you get 5 is that you respond, you do what is expected to be done, or if it's in the conventional setting, you come to class and then you get your 5 marks. Okay, but
Yes,
if
sir.
it's in the other setting, in this setting now, it's a forum we just create, just like this one we created, and then we'll require you to do some things. The moment you do them, you're off. 5 marks in your bag, forget about it. So you do all of them. Don't skip one. Okay, it's 5 marks. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Later on, you start begging. Excuse me, sir. This has passed. I've not submitted. I've not submitted. That's the first rule. Ensure that you don't skip anything. If there are 4 different systems of assessing you, make sure you beat all of them without mercy. Okay. Number 2, which is actually the major tip now, when you do each and every one of them, this emphasis on this will be placed when you were using, okay, you were using, what do you call that now? When you were doing essays in the examination, okay. So number 1 here is this. I just said it and I'm saying it back again. Avoid or minimize external materials, right? Minimize external material. This is my core warning. I think once you just observe this one, the others will align. Minimize external material. Maybe some of you don't know how the university system works. Okay, your lecturer sets exam questions. Your lecturer also sets a marking scheme. When your lecturer marks your script and is not in line with his marking scheme, even if they are correct in Japan, your lecturer, your lecturer will not attend to that answer. Okay, that's how it works. If he attends to that answer, or he or she attends to that answer, it's just out of magnanimity and it's justified. You cannot take it anywhere to say, I'm applying for remarking. Then they now bring out the course, they bring out the marking scheme and say, look at it again. So the only external material you are permitted to look at is the one from National Open University. So when you click this link, it will take you, it's supposed to take you to Open University courseware. Okay, but if you cannot do, just go there and look for it. Open University, look for the course material there. They have almost all course materials that we have in ABU. Their own is even simplified. The material is even much more simplified than ours. So that's the only thing. Chat GPT guys and AI guys, please, oh, I'm begging you, don't fall victim to this, okay? So the other tips surround there. Number 1, number 2, early submission. Do that. It's very important. Number 3, do not do copy or copy, especially when it has to do with individual assignments or group assignments. And I'll find 2 people who have the same answer or who have copied themselves. It's not really fresh. So don't do that. Now you have about 120 something, 122. I used to tell my students, I say, you're not many, you're not up to 1,000. I can catch you if you do duplicate. Okay. So both you and the person that copied you will be penalized. So tip number 4, whatever submission format is given to you, follow it. If they say submit in Microsoft Word, do it that way. If they say submit in PDF, submit a PDF file. If you don't know if you don't know these things, I'm not surprised that many people don't know these things yet. So nobody's going to blacklist you because you don't know how to type or how to produce your answers neatly in MS. So no, you will learn them gradually. Nobody was born with these things. That's why you understand what I'm saying, right? So do your best to consult, meet friends, and whoever can help you have them in that format that's prescribed, right? If it's but this is one thing that I usually prescribe. I usually recommend. If I say submit an assignment, I'll say upload a file. You can upload an MS Word or a PDF. Apart from that, listen attentively. Apart from that, the content of your file that you want to upload, you're going to copy it and paste it as a comment, as a response, whatever you want to call it. Is as a response, paste it as that in the assignment. The reason is this. I'm saying this thing now. I can see 38 students here. I'm saying it now so that those other 60-something students who are not here will not come and start telling me that we did not know. Okay. If peradventure your network was bad when you were uploading the course and your file does not upload correctly, I'll not come and start looking for you. It's before I used to do that one. When I learned that lesson, I started. We start looking for you. Who is so person? Come and re-upload your assignment. Assignment is not downloading. It downloads and it's not showing. It's corrupt. So it just gets zero coin. I hope you understand what I mean by that. So the best way, if it happens like that and it doesn't work, I will definitely know that your answer is in your comments. It will serve the same purpose. If it's 5 marks you're supposed to get from the PDF file, you still get your 5 marks from the comment. As far as all of that is equal. Okay, so all of these things only ensure to help you that if you're supposed to get everything, nothing gives you a reason why you should lose some marks that you've already earned. Finally, on this group assignments, Oga, we have some chairmen that don't do group assignments, don't participate in group assignments. Sometimes, or unfortunately for some groups, those chairmen are usually group leaders, so they will abandon their groups for a long time. When the group members will be fighting to gather themselves together. Please don't do that. You're busy, actually. Everybody is. Is there anybody that's not busy? You are you not busy? As in, I'm talking to your other colleague there. Some of you are nursing mothers. Do you know what it means to be a nursing mother? All of you that are fathers that have nursing mothers, nursing wives. Do you know what it means to be a father that has a nursing wife? It's busy. You're all busy. Okay, we are all busy left, right, center. Okay, our world today is a busy world. So even the people that are watching films, I don't know, they are busy watching films. So yeah. So please don't do that. Okay, the grouping is done automatically. Me, I'll just tell the elements, okay, give me 10 per group. So just go ahead and ration it. Sometimes the elements knows some of you from experience. The unserious ones, they'll gather them and put in one group. Okay. That happens. That has happened once or twice. But all the same, if you find yourself to be the only thing is that if you find yourself to be a group leader in multiple instances, you have uh, 8 courses to do, but you are the group leader in all the 8, or 2 or 3 or 4. Hey, you can reach out to the lecturer and say, please, oh, this is too much for me to handle. You know, then the lecturer can now remove you so that you can continue to become group leader for one, and so on and so forth. So please do the same rules that surround submission also surround submission of group assignments. When you submit a group assignment, you also paste your content as a comment. You will see that guide there always. So that brings us to the end of the orientation session, right? So I want to know if you have any question. And then without much, there's a point which is supposed to be number 13. But at number 13, I just decided to bring it here as what begins the course. Okay. Yeah, yeah, so that we can just start right away. Right away. So if you have any question, anything you want to ask, anything you want to familiarize yourself with, okay. I remember recently we were asked to have you all share things. We're asked to have you share the LMS handles for Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that across board. It's beautiful actually for you to advertise that. Okay, we've been at this for a long time. This should be like our 6th year in the undergraduate program. Now we've had like 18 semesters altogether. This is our 6th year because we have 3 semesters a year. You know now how within 2 years and some few months you are done with a 4-year course. Isn't that beautiful? Of course it is, without interruption. Even if us will like let them go on strike, DLC does not go on strike. So go ahead and do all of those adverts. I remember when I started this course nearly back then in 2019, I had only 3 students. Just 3 students for this course. But here we are today, 122. I think this should be the highest we've had, which is a little bit of an increase to the last semester. Okay, so um let's look at what we have here. Let's look at the background. Okay, personally, I believe that knowledge should move from what is known to what needs to be known. Okay, and this actually stems from the fact that the SAQ 301 has a preceding course, which is BSAQ 201, and another one also, which is BSAQ 101. Are you with me? So that means what you're bringing into this course is, or should I say, are the things that you learned from BSAQ 101 and BSAQ 201. So if you're in that folder, you will still find those other materials there. Just browse through, okay? BSAQ 101 is titled Introduction to Business Administration, where they tell you what business is, and then what are the challenges of business, what are the constraints, what is it that you find in the business environment. Okay, then in basic 201, that is where they are beginning to introduce you to strategic, how to pay attention to the things you find in business environment while you are carrying out your business. Okay, so that by the time Baba says subsidy is gone, before it lands from his mouth, this is an old news anyway, but before it lands from his mouth, your business has not been swept under because of what Baba said. Okay, that is, you're paying attention to all the aspects of the environment. So it so means that both of them come from the knowledge of what business environment. So we will start this course by doing a refreshing ourselves on business environment. So we said answer the following questions to yourself in writing. Okay. Number one, all the things you know on business environment. Start putting them together. What can you remember? Okay. Now, as a student, you're a student. when you say now, let's call this one academic environment, right? Or student environment, or anything you like call it, academic environment, and so on and so forth. If you are in business, you can call it business environment. Okay. Now you try to identify all the factors in your academic environment, which in this case is a business environment. So you group them into the ones that have positive influence and the ones that have negative influence, the roles that they play. Okay. And then you can now narrow them to certain aspects like the government aspects, political aspects, and all of this. I hope you know all these things are part of your academic environment. Okay. Good. And then so on and so forth. Okay. So we said here answering these questions will help you come up with ways through which you can manipulate your way in the midst of the influence of all of these factors so that you can achieve your source, your objective, the objective that you set from the beginning. Okay, so if you can answer this question in depth, you're already at a B. But I told you that this course is an A course. But let me first of all warn you that CBT is not usually so easy. Okay, CBT is usually detailed. Next, you know CBT, right? That computer-based test, and your exam should be your assignment. The quiz is 15 marks or CBT. It's usually detailed and in depth. Okay, in between the lines. Okay, so how do we start? How do we start? Let somebody help us with. I hope you all know the title of this course, right? Somebody tell us what the title of this course is. Who's talking? Go on, please.
Government, business, and society.
Okay, I like you. You start with G. It's like you like government very well. Me, I like business very well. So I usually start with B. Okay, business, government, and society. Thank you very much. When I was in 300 level, I did this course in 300 level 2 times, first and second semester. When I saw the course title, I was asking, which kind of course be this one? What is this? Business, government, and society. As in, what is it doing here? What are we supposed to be studying? Okay, but when you come to think about it, you need to now know how you need to have to consider that these are relationships that you as a business person, right? These are relationships that have a lot to do about how the other party succeeds in what he or she does. So, first things first, let's before we come back to each of these, you said B for business, G for government, S for society. We'll start by defining what business is, taking a deeper look at what the government is.
Hmm.
Hello, sir.
Hello? Hello, sir.
It's like the network.
I think he's experiencing network issue.
Yes.
Serious one. Serious one. Most of the things he's saying, I can't even hear them because of the network.
Honestly, even me too. The thing is breaking.
All right, can you hear me now?
We
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, but
Yes,
this
sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Apologies, my network.
Yes.
my hotspot went off actually. It does that intermittently without warning. It just goes.
But sir, we
Okay,
can't see
so
the printer.
yeah, I've not set it up. I'll bring it up now.
Okay, sir.
Sorry,
Okay,
sorry, sir.
so schools
Sorry,
are
sir. Is
go
it
on,
possible
please.
to have this on LMS because the network is so bad? We are missing
The
out.
LMS is worse. The
The
LMS
LMS is the worst.
worse
LMS is
than
the worst.
okay. You know,
I think this other one is perfect.
Google is
But you
Google is
can hear it should be
Google
your
is very light.
network.
Okay, it's not so. This is the lightest I've seen so far.
You can see
Zoom is a
your
little bit heavier,
internet.
otherwise, and I can't record on Zoom, but this one is being recorded anyway. Okay,
So
but
this
how? Okay,
Google Meet is good.
Yes.
Google is also is not so
Like,
heavy, so yeah. But how far can you hear me? So I will know what to do.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so all right. If your environment is noisy, you always have to mute, right? So just go ahead to mute yourself, and then let's look at it. Okay, so we said from the onset that when we say business environment, people are looking at what they can see with their eyes, their physical environment. But in this term, business environment, it definitely is more than that. Okay, it's not just the physical environment that you can see. So you're looking at everything. That's why you see the term here, sum total, the sum total of all interrelationships, both inside the business and outside the business. Okay. And these relationships and influences can affect the outcomes of business positively or negatively, as the case may be. So when we say inside and outside, it means we're looking at internal and external environment. If we can wrap up this this environmental issue today, and then we define B, G, and S, we are good for the night. Okay, we know we have set the ball rolling. Okay, good. So we said down here the external environments have their own categorizations. Then the internal environment as well have their own categorization. So let's look at it from this diagram, and I think that can help us better. Okay, so from this diagram that we have here, we have the external environment broken down into two. The one that you have direct contact with. So first of all, imagine yourself as a businessman or a business manager. Many of you here are already in that. It's either you have your own business or you're working for a business. Okay, so imagine that you know what the external parties are that you have direct contact with: the competitors, the customers, the suppliers, shareholders, the neighboring communities, the labor unions, and the creditors, right? Then the other classification of this environment that you may not be you are feeling it, but you cannot point out to anybody. Like I would say the economic environment. You can feel it in the air, right? Good. So the social life now, the social culture, the demography, nature, you can feel that one. Technology, the way technology is swooping things around that is affecting businesses. You can feel it, but you cannot point to anybody and say this guy is the one that is technology. No. Same thing as the political and so on and so forth. So this is what you have in the external environment. We're going to go up and just probably can see a little bit of depth you can have. Then internally, we are able to identify them at different levels: management, marketing, okay, all the resources of business, okay, from money to humans to processes to objectives and so on and so forth. So let's go back up there and see what we can gather. Okay, not so much in the indirect part which we saw. We have seen this acronym over time: PESTLE. You can see it in different formats. Okay, you can see it as PEST. Okay, PESOLE, PESTOLE, and so on and so forth. They are just simple ways of helping you capture everything in one at once. And this environment is just a particular way of looking at things. Where we say P stands for political environment.
Political.
Nigeria today, you know what that means. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to tell you how the political environment affects business, right? Good. The economic environment, the socio-cultural environment, the technological environment, the legal environment, and the ecological environment, right? Ecology is nature. Talking about the rainfall, the soil, the air we breathe, the living things around. Okay, all those people that are clamoring for green gases, and what do you call it again? Social global warming or climate change. Bill Gates people, right? Yeah, they're the ones that are on this. Okay, good. So I've given an example of this already, and then the internal environment we broke down into four different aspects. Number one, your resources. Number two, your business objectives. Number three, your business strategies, the plans, and then number four, your business policies. So when you say your resources, you're looking at resources from the analogy, what they call the 6 M's of business: the management, the manpower, the money, the materials, the machine, and the methods. These are all what you have at your disposal. And finally, we said that these have presence both at the international level, at the national level, and at the local coverage. Everybody here remembers what happened in 2020, or should I say 2019, into 2020, where something happened according to them, or which the truth is coming out gradually. Something happened in China, right? In Wuhan, and they say it's now coronavirus, and before anything, even your small shop in your small business in Agege, Lagos, have to close down. Okay, that's the international effect. Are you seeing it now? That's because the world in itself is becoming a global stage.
I'm
That's it.
really missing out.
Yeah, you said? Can you hear me?
I said I'm really missing out, sir.
Oh. But I can hear you now. How come I can hear you so clearly? Is that you can't hear me?
I hear you, but it's breaking.
The network is breaking.
Now I'm on the best network
I
I can
think
ever
I
get
think
so
it's
far.
network. I think it's network from their end because I can hear you clearly, sir.
Okay.
I
So
think the
can you
network
reset your
issue should be
network?
from their end
If you
and
hear
not
this,
your
can,
own.
can you reset your own network? You go off the call and come back, it might reset. Okay. Or you go on
Okay.
flight
Okay.
mode, and you put it on flight mode and then switch it off back. So your network comes back on, it resets. All those things that you do, they can reset it for you, okay? Yeah. Another thing is do well to also watch the recording. The recording will be on YouTube once it's ready. I think it should be ready within a few hours after, maybe 4 hours, depending on how large it will be.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So look at it again.
Okay, sir.
All right, everyone. So I've given an example of how the international effect of these things, and then the national effect of, and so on and so forth. Okay. Good. So that's that. That's that. Okay. So how do we jump? How do we connect that this knowledge that we have in our BSAQ 201 and BSAQ 101? That's what we just finished. We just wrapped up now. Okay. How do we connect them to this topic? You look at this indirect environment, said the political and legal environment, that is what? Government. Okay, like our sister said, started with government, and she was giving us the title of the course. So the political and legal environment, that's the government, right? The economic part, where people buy and sell, produce, and that part of the society is what we call business. But it also includes technology also. Okay, when we say technology, technology actually refers to a system. What is the method that you are using to do what you are doing? That method is called technology. For example, everybody here like everybody here likes granite. I know everybody here like roasted granite. That roasted granite, there are different ways to prepare it. So that I can also say that there are different technologies to prepare it. The one where we get sharp sand, make sure the sharp sand is clean, and then you put the sharp sand into a hot pot. And once it's hot, you put the granite, you start stirring it, right? That is one technology. When I came to the north, I saw another technology where they're using ash. You use ash from already burnt wood to roast the granite. That's another technology. But I've also seen another technology where you just put it in the oven and then close it. That's another technology. The same way with calls, okay? Now your mobile phone works. You're having this class online. That's technology in itself. Okay, so that means there's a part of that technological environment that is impacting on business drastically. Okay, and that's because technology impacts on every aspect. Technology impacts on government, technology impacts on even the social life. So the social cultural life, the people's culture, way of life, the demography. When we say demography, what does that mean? We're looking at a number of factors of the people in a place. Okay. Um, you're looking at their age distribution, the gender distribution, how many men compared to how many women they have, how many males and how many females, how many are children, how many are youths, how many are, aged. So by this, you know the kind of product you have to bring out. You know what your target should be as a business person. So these are demographical issues. Ecology has to do with what now? Ecology has to do with nature. Okay. Yeah. Life. Okay. Oh my God. I think anyway, Sha, I understand all of you very well. Oh. Trust me, I understand you very well. Those of you who have a poor network, it has been like this for the past 2 or 3 days in this part of the country or Nigeria as a whole. Okay. So just bear with me. The recording will be available and then do. So we said, having laid this foundation, the first guiding question is thus: business, government, society. Is there any relationship between them? And the answer is what? Yes.
Yes.
A very big yes. Nobody in Nigeria now can, like, even a child in Nigeria now can answer this question. As in, I don't clear, yes, that government can impact a lot of things much more than before if they want to. Okay. So we said the society is the mother. Business and government are just like children of the society. I hope you understand that now. Business and government live, they are different. Or should I say, the society is the body. Maybe your right hand can be, say, the right hand of the body can be government, then the left hand can be business. Anyhow you want to put it, just understand that society contains business, government, and other institutions. That means business is one of the institutions of the society, while government is also another institution of the society. So let's look at definitions very quickly. So I don't know if I should go into this tonight. It's 10 o'clock already. And my alarm is calling. I don't know if I should go into this tonight or I should just say you people should go and define it by yourself. What is the society? What is the term business? What is the term government? And then how should you approach this course? I've told you this already. So those are the
Sorry,
things
please,
that
can
we
you come again, sir?
I've not said anything yet. I'm only asking what is the term, what is the meaning of society. We have gotten to the point where we want to now start looking at the concepts. Okay, the three concepts: business, government, and society. Right? And first of all, in their relationships, we are saying that society is the main thing inside the society. I hope you know that society can be the global society or the national society or the society in just your at the level of just your neighborhood. So the society is the main thing. Okay, so the society has other institutions, which include government and business. Good. So let's define society. Let me see
Society.
how. Yeah, let's define it. When we say society, no, it's not just that people are in one place living together. That's not what the society is. That's not what makes a society. Because there's something that is making it possible for them to be in that place together. There are things those things that is making it possible for them to live together in that place. Those things are what you can now say is or are or make up society. Put it that way. Okay. So when we say you want to define a society is a group of people living together. No, there must be something that they share, and those things are broken down into three. There's something they believe in together that they agree with, and then that's the ideas. Now they believe in certain. It could be religious ideas, it could be political ideas, it could be cultural ideas, any kind of idea. Sure, is what they are not fighting. They're not killing themselves. They agree. They all believe in this one thing in this way. This is why when you go to the north, you see the way their houses are. When you go to the south, you see different kind of set of houses. It's just now that this Nigerian society is mingling now that many of those things are fading away gradually. When you go to a typical village, even a typical village, I've been to typical villages in the west and typical villages in the north. You still see that, despite the fact that these are typical ancient village houses, they still have a different look based on their designs. And all of these things are born out of probably the ideas that they have in their minds, the materials that they have at their disposal, okay, the materials that the people have to meet their needs, and then the systems that they have put in place
Oh,
to make things
Jesus.
work. Okay. Uh-oh. You get the recording, don't worry, just try and follow. I said, let me say it again. When you say what is a society, you now say a society is a group of people living together. You have not answered the question, okay? Okay, you're answering the question when you begin to look at the factors that makes it possible for them to live together in harmony, probably in an environment or anything you want to call it. Okay, and we said these things are broken down into three. Number one, the ideas. Number two, the materials. Number three, the institutions. Right? Good. So I said here, number one, not just me, Sha, your courseware said here, the ideas. The ideas are broken down into their norms. What do you see as norms? Don't say norms. What is their normal? What do they consider as a normal life? Okay. Okay. What do they consider as a normal life? Okay. And these things differ from one community to another, except as more globalized, there's now mix. That mix is coming up gradually. Okay. Yeah. So those are normals. What are their values? Okay. What do they uphold as good? What do they uphold as bad in that society? And that also might be different from another society. In another society, an elder, a young child can greet an elder by shaking his hands. Okay. In another society, they don't born you where you have to dobale, you have to bow down or even lie down flat. These are their own values, what they bring up. Good. Now, the other part is the ideologies. Okay, how I just said it earlier. These are where you can be religious ideologies, it could be education, what they hold around work, farming, and all of those things. Okay, number two, materials. Materials, so I refer to the land, natural resources, all the things that they have together to meet their needs. This one now is what is binding the Nigerian society together. And then finally, which is very, very important, okay, they call them institutions, but I want you to see them as systems, systems that define how things should be done. These systems that make things work. When you go to certain countries, they will tell you that, man, these guys have a system and the system is working. Okay, when you go to countries like Sweden and the rest of them, this system is working. But when you come to Nigeria, you say, "Kai, we don't have a system. We don't have a system that is working." But all the same anyway, systems, and those systems define relationship patterns. Okay, we have the legal system that defines how laws are made, how how lawbreakers are punished. We have our education system that define how people are trained. I hope you're getting it now. We have the meat and so on and so forth. So those systems are called institutions. So in this case now we have political and legal institutions. That's the one that we call government. Then we have economic institutions. Every business is an institution in the economy. And then the financial institutions, the banks and co and the CBNs. Those aspects, when you combine the economic institution and the financial institutions, that's where you get the what do you call it now? That's where you get business. Then when you combine the political institution and the legal institution, that's where you get government. Okay. However, there are many other, many other institutions that find themselves one day, one way or another into this. So let's wrap up very quickly. So business. So now, if you want to define business and government, you have to now define it with the lens of BGS, not just as a businessman, but as it relates to this course. Okay. So we say business is the system, the institution, the system through which a society uses its resources to meet its needs and also to increase, okay, let's say increases the same resources through profits. You must find a way of bringing this word profit into any definition of business that you're doing. Okay. Then government too, you also say again that government is the system through which society maintains order, facilitate smooth operation within its borders and outside its borders, protect its citizens, protect its values, protect its ideologies, protect its resources, promote those same values, promote its ideologies, promote and so on and so forth. Okay. So if you're asked to define any of these at any point in time, you can break them down. Okay. Good. So finally for tonight, our time is up. Our time is up. So finally for tonight, like I said, some of you own businesses. Look at this course from that perspective. If you don't own a business yet, probably you're working for another business, and the work you are doing is not the type that exposes you to the world, to the business world, or to the society as a whole. You can just in your mind, in your own mind, hypothetically create one. Just assume that you are the manager of beautiful business. So from that your one business unit, you're going to be looking at the business world, how the business world affects your
Like
business
this
unit.
class I join, not be my class.
Okay.
Most of the
Yeah.
people they not be my classmates, and this course I don't
Hello.
been offer am before.
Yeah. Hello. Who's that? We're wrapping up now, so you can make up your mind about joining this course next time or not. No problem. We are here. We're here. Can you hear me now? I stay muted if your
Yes,
environment is
sir.
noisy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we are here and we are wrapping up, right? Like we're wrapping up. So I'm going to record. The recording is on. I'm going to stop the recording shortly so that it can process. It can be processed, and once it's processed, we will have access to. We have access to it. Okay, good. So I said the approach you have, all the topics we're going to consider, we're going to be considering a lot of topics. Okay, some under business, some under government, some under the society. See them as if they are like interacting with your own business directly. So probably you own anyone you like, a bank. So you are now the owner of the bank. Bank is your micro business, your one business unit. But you have to now see all the other banks, as well as all the other insurance firms, as well as all the other trading companies and production sectors, how they put together make up business, macro business. That macro business affects your bank. Aside that they will not collect loan or leverage money in your bank, your BS will close down, for example, something like that. That's the approach I want to have. I want to have that approach as a factor inside these three factors, so in the midst of these three factors put together. Okay, so I will take questions now for this night. I believe we got to the ground already. So I'll take questions if you have any. Don't, then let's go get set for a long ride. I will try and make short. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.